Hey guys, welcome back to CarnalDish. If you didn't think you'd ever be able to get a whole roasted chicken on your dinner table on a weeknight, I'm here to show you the light. A crispy skinned, juicy bird with an intensely flavored white wine-based garlic and herb butter sauce. Oh my God. Sign yourselves up and let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is pat the skin dry. That's paramount if you want a crispy skinned bird. You could also leave it in your fridge overnight and just leave it uncovered and the skin will dry out that way, but most people don't have time for that or the room in the refrigerator to do it, so this is another way. Take your paper towels and pat it dry, as dry as you can. We're going to remove the backbone with some really sharp kitchen shears. If you have like a really sharp knife, you can do it that way too, but just try to stay as close to the backbone as you possibly can. And we're going to go along both sides of that tail or backbone, and it's basically called spatchcocking, which sounds like a dirty word, but it's not. So we're going to spatchcock this chicken, and that's going to allow us to cook it much faster, okay? So if you want to save the backbone, you can for stock. It's perfect for that, but I'm just going to toss it. We're going to clean out the inside of the bird with any unnecessary guts that may be flying around, and we're going to take a really sharp knife and go right down the center of the breastbone. That allows the chicken to lay flatter. A flatter bird is going to cook a lot more evenly in the oven because, as you know, breast meat and the dark meat cook at different temperatures, so we want to make sure it's all even. And I'm creating very gentle pockets under the skin because I'm going to carry the seasonings that I add later, up under the breast meat and the thigh meat. I just want to make sure all of it is seasoned very well. I'm starting off with some very flaky kosher salt. It's my favorite. And some herb de Provence, which just gives it a really good classic flavor of roast chicken. And a little bit of garlic powder, as well as some onion powder. And you want to make sure that you only add these additional seasonings to the flesh side of the chicken and up under the meat side, because basically anything that's on the skin other than salt will burn in the oven. And we're high roasting this chicken at 425 degrees, so we don't want those seasonings to burn. Add a little bit of olive oil and just massage all of that yummy flavor up in the meat, okay? Just get it up in there. Try to avoid getting too much of it on the skin because, as I said, it will burn and we don't want that. Flip it over and continue to massage. Make sure it's nice and seasoned. So now I'm going to drizzle a little olive oil all over the surface of the bird, a very thin layer. Just massage it all over the chicken, okay, so that it's not ashy. It's glistening. You want it to glisten. Now don't be shy with the kosher salt here. I know it looks like a lot, but that's because kosher salt has a very large flake but it has a very gentle saltiness. So just get all the crevices, and I'm going to add a little bit of freshly ground black pepper, which can end up burning in the oven, but I really don't care. I just like the way that it looks, so I'm adding it. We're going to put that on top of a foil-lined baking sheet that also has a rack. If you don't have the rack, don't worry about it. It'll still cook fine, but just arrange that so that it's nice and flat. And you're going to put that in the center of your 425-degree oven until it's done. So now we're going to work on the sauce, and this comes together very quickly. So melt some butter in a skillet, and you're going to add the shallots and cook those for about maybe 2 to 3 minutes, just until they're softened. Then you're going to add your herb de Provence and crushed red pepper flakes to infuse that good fat, some crushed black pepper, the garlic, saute that for about a minute or two. I'm adding a little bit more olive oil here. And we're just going to add some white wine. If you want to use chicken stock, you can do that, but I like the flavor of wine, so why not? We want the wine to reduce, and it's going to do that very quickly. I've got this over about medium-high heat, and I just want to reduce it until it starts to move like a sauce, I'm going to swish it around, and you can see that there's some thickness and body to it. I'm adding just a little bit of heavy cream to give it just a little bit more richness. Totally optional, but I like it. So I'm adding that, and now we're going to lower the heat and add the fresh lemon juice, all of our herbs, the lemon zest. Oh my God, this stuff is so good, you guys. Just whisk that together so that the herbs can infuse, and we added some cold butter to emulsify the sauce and make it a little more richer and thicker. And I'm going to add just a little bit more heavy cream. Again, personal preference. It tastes bomb, so I'm just going to take that off the heat. This sauce came together in about 5 minutes, so it's very quick. You guys, look at this chicken, okay? She's gorgeous, golden brown, delicious, crispy, perfect. I cannot wait for you to try this recipe. It's super fast, super quick, just simple flavors, but delicious flavors. And you, like, again, you can do this on a weeknight, okay? There's no excuse not to have roast chicken on a weeknight. Slather her up with sauce. Don't be stingy. Grab a knife and a fork and go in. And I hope you enjoy it.
I love that. This right here.
Yeah, good. That's so good. Damn. Look at that. I love it. I want to thank you guys for watching this video. If you want this recipe, grab the link from the description box below. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
She make you wanna lick the plate. I know you love the way it tastes. Carnal dishes.